everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday evening. You are now tuned into another installment of Conversations with Coco, episode number, I don't know who's counting at this point. I honestly think it's episode number 10, but I don't know. But nevertheless, thank you for joining me, Coco, on this Saturday evening. Now, I do want to I want to start by saying thank you to everyone. I had amazing feedback on the episode that I did a couple of weeks ago. Shout out to me. I got to get used to using this. Is it a clap? It says a clap. Anyway, anyway, thank you for that. Definitely. Definitely appreciate you all for tuning in and giving me amazing feedback. If you have never heard an episode of mine, I would encourage you to go to any of the streaming platforms that you listen to your podcast on, except for Apple Music. We haven't got there yet. We're going to fix that. But if you haven't heard any of my other episodes, stop right here, go to the streaming platform, listen to an episode, and then come back. Now, you can follow me on my Facebook page, Conversations with Coco, or my YouTube page, Convos with Coco. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I do have a guest to the right of me, left on your screen. I am going to introduce her in a moment. Let me get through my What's My Mood segment. Now, if this is your first time tuning in, the What's My Mood segment basically is just a song I'm feeling at the moment, a video, a post, and affirmation. But today, in relation to the show that we're going to be talking about, which is confidence, I have a song. So I was introduced to Tony Jones. For those of you who don't know her, she makes affirmation music. And so some people may think that it is corny, but I've been listening to her for a while and I think she's super dope. So I have a song from her called Yoni, and basically, I mean, it talks about the obvious, but what I like about it is that she affirms women and she affirms our bodies and the importance of it and how beautiful it is. And I just think the song is super dope. So we only gonna play a little bit of it. Because your girl is not trying to get copyrighted, okay? I don't know if I will based off of her, but I ain't gonna try to find out. So yeah, I thought that song would be super dope. So she has one album in particular called Affirmations for the Grown Ass Woman. And y'all, it's fire. Like she has one song called Healing in My Heels. And it's to me, it's funny. It could be a little bit corny, but I promise you, I listened to it straight on my way to work for a few weeks, and it honestly does affirm you, and it makes you feel powerful, and you be like, yeah, girl, yeah, talk your shit, yes, girl, all that. So I do encourage you all to go ahead and maybe go to YouTube and just kind of give her a listen to wherever you listen to your music. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm excited because I have a guest looking like a baddie. Period. Okay. She got all dressed up and made up for me today. I'm excited about it. Yes, for me. Period.
It's
Every
for
day.
her.
And that's why we here.
It's for her.
That is why we're here. So before we get deep into the show, I wanted to kind of publicly give you your flowers, right? So, fun fact, me and Ruthia don't know each other.
Nope.
This is the first time we sat next to each other, had this level of conversation. Now we're friends on social media. Absolutely love her energy. And again, I don't even know her, but I feel like when a person has a vibe and they have a certain energy, it draws you in either a good way or a bad way. And with this situation, it's definitely a good thing. So one of the things that I admire about you is your confidence. You're so confident. And I feel like me seeing that as a plus size, darker skinned woman in this society and seeing you like live in your full confident self, it's inspiring to me. And it's something that I admire a lot. And so I definitely wanted to publicly let you know that, like, I see you doing you on your shit, you look good, and it's inspiring. I feel like it's okay to be inspired by people, because what it does is it causes you to kind of, want to step it up a bit. So shout out to you for that. I wanted to publicly give you your flowers. So Ruthia is from the Pretty Plus Size and Powerful podcast, as well as DNR, aka Do Not Resuscitate, right here on Tone Deaf Radio. Period. So just tell us a little bit about um the Pretty Plus Size and Powerful. I feel like it's a movement, and it's not just her alone. She has a group of women with her. Shout out to all of them. I definitely tuned in to several of you guys' episodes and podcasts back then when you were going live, and I loved the content. I feel like it was necessary. I feel like it was needed. And I mean, all of y'all are just confident baddies, and I love seeing that. Like, it just fuels me to see that. So let me know, or tell myself and the viewers as well, like, how did that come about?
So Pretty Plus Size and Powerful literally was just us being friends. We fat girls, so we literally was sitting down, we was eating, and we was like, we dope as fuck. We need to share this and embolden and inspire other women. And we were sitting there like, oh, okay, well, how can we do this? And what do we do? By simply just being ourselves. So myself with Aziza, we are the founder and co-founders.
Okay.
And we have Mia, we have Pansy, Monique, and She Share. I call her Shake That because she always shaking it.
Period.
Those are our other founding members. And we just really was just like, listen, we need to cultivate a movement of women to be like, listen, love who you are right where you are.
Yes.
Because if you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? And we automatically are teaching other people how to love us and how to be around us. Because if you can't fuck with me, you can't fuck with me.
Yes.
And it's just that.
Now, is it just a podcast, or do you all do other things as well?
So right now we are on a huge pause.
Okay.
Because lives.
Daily.
We are all in different spaces in our life. So we started off as just, we met as runway models. And it was like,
yeah, we're going to talk about that.
We were like, girl, I am not cute enough for this, and I am not this. So we wasn't that level of confidence. But it was like, but why not? Type of thing. So we started off as just being models and turned into a friendship and a sisterhood to, we were going live. We were doing parties and just showing up in different spaces, and it became a thing. And then Tone came and harassed us, was like, we should make this a podcast. And I was like, absolutely not. But
it exposed you all to, and that's how I ended up seeing you all. So it actually was a good idea. So I guess shout out to him a little bit, huh? You don't want to, but you got to. Just a little, not a lot, just a little bit. So the thing that I think is interesting is that we know that in the fashion industry, it's so behind when it comes to plus size women. Me and my friend were watching, I forget what we were watching on TV the other day, and they were kind of going back in time, and they were talking about like back in the Tyra Banks days and how you look at like Takara and like, oh, Takara was plus size, and all of these women that they said were plus size back then, and we were like, oh, like she wasn't, right? And so I feel like with the fashion industry now, it has come so far. Like, you're seeing plus size women up and down the runway everywhere, and that is not something that you used to see before. So when it comes to you being a model, is this something that you were doing as a child, or did you kind of just get into it in the more recent years?
So funny thing is, I was a tomboy, and it was like, I am not doing this girly stuff. I'm not doing none of that. And my aunt was like, stop flipping, because one day you're going to be a model. And I was like, absolutely not.
Okay. Okay, affirmation.
Literally.
Manifestation. Yes.
I was walking through the mall. I might have been like a junior in high school.
Okay.
Walking through the mall playing with my sister, and we had no money. We was walking, and I'm like strutting. She's like geeking me up, like, do it, sis, do it, whatever.
I love that.
And it was a stand there, and it was John Casablanca, who I think actually
I remember that name.
They actually helped discover Tyra Banks.
Really?
Yes. And they were just like, we love it. Let's just do it. And I'm like,
and you were a junior.
I was a junior in high school. And I did a couple photo shoots with them. I was actually in JCPenney catalog and a couple other things. And I was just like, I want to go hang out with my friends.
Oh, okay. So you still wanted to be like a teenager. Yeah.
And then I went to a poetry set one day and somebody else was just like, I got a fashion show coming up. I just got to plug myself. And I'm a plus size woman, so I think y'all should all be encouraged to do it. And I was just like, I'm going to show up and see what happens. And it went from
You
there.
showed up.
Absolutely.
Now, are you still actively like hitting the runway, doing
Yes.
modeling, or are you on a hiatus?
I do it all. But I only show up where I want to show up at. I'm at that point where energy is everything.
It is.
And a lot of times people don't see me as a plus size model. Just like how we don't always see Takara as a plus size model. It's
Mm-hmm.
all about identity.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go into spaces and they'll be like, you're plus size, we're not looking for that. But I also go into spaces and they'll be like, we're only looking for plus size models.
Really?
Yeah. And it's
And
just
that's
like,
interesting to me
okay.
because yeah, I wonder what like with that particular one, like what make like what are they looking at that they say, oh, you're not really plus size. It's just so everybody has such different
Mm-hmm.
definition. And I think probably even up until recently, I don't even know exactly what my definition was, because I would consider myself that and then people would look at me and be like, no, I don't think so. And I'm like, really? So
Right.
it's probably also one of those things that we're never gonna agree on
The
as far as
spectrum
it
is
is.
wide.
Yeah, for sure. For
Because you
sure.
have plus size, you have curvy, you have thick, you have slim thick. To me, I'm trans slender. Okay? I'm going to identify with whatever I want to do
I have
that
never
day.
heard that. You said trans slender.
Trans slender.
I have never heard of that. TM, the little trademark
Listen,
thingy.
I'm trans slender. Sometimes I'm a medium, sometimes I'm a 1X. Mind your business.
But you know what? What you just said though is facts, and we're kind of going to get into it in a little bit because, I mean, depending on where you shop and
Mm-hmm.
what like company it is or designer, you honestly are different sizes depending on. So
Where you are.
you are yes. So you actually onto something with that.
Mm-hmm.
You are. So that's the reason why I wanted Ruthia here today. Because I think that her journey is amazing and she's amazing in general. And I really wanted to talk about confidence. I think that confidence is something that I still struggle with, and I'm on my own personal journey, and it's a daily thing for me. I have days where I'm 100% confident, and then I have days where I'm not at all, depending on what's going on. So, the whole idea of Coco started at the height of my confidence journey. So it was June 2019. I remember the exact time. And I was living in Houston, Texas. And for some reason that summer, I really just wanted to step outside the box. I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to wear what it was that I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
wear. And because that felt so foreign to me, it's
Mm-hmm.
almost like I felt the need to create a different identity, hence where Coco came from. And it kind of just took off. Like everybody loved it, geeking me up, gassing me up. And then here we are 4 years later, and people call me that more than they call me my regular name. Like I have my holiday party coming up next weekend, and I was sending some like screenshots to people like, okay, what should I wear? Should I do this? And should I do that? And some of them was like, well, Coco wouldn't question this and Coco could do that. And I'm like,
And wouldn't.
I know, but I'm like, it's a work party. This gotta be Kayla. It can't be Coco. Because if it's Coco, Coco gonna be boobies, the thighs, all that.
But you off the clock.
True, true. I really struggled with kind of like both, like kind of be cute and professional and all that, but then kind of Coco fired. I haven't figured it out yet. I got a few days left, so we're gonna figure out what I come up with. Because I just started this job not that long ago, so I might need to get a little bit more time under my belt before I kick the dough down. So maybe next holiday party, Coco will show up. But
Okay.
um, so I wanted to kind of talk about and start off with my confidence journey, and mine began in my childhood. So growing up, two-parent home, me, my younger sister, my mom, and my stepdad. So as a child, I was not affirmed. I was not validated. I did not come from a family who basically told me like, "Oh, you're pretty, you're beautiful, be confident, be this, be that." Those are things that I went through life and I never heard in my household or outside of my household. Um, Now, yes, I had a father in the house, but his role, he protected and he provided. That was it. There wasn't like, oh, I'm going to talk to you about men, or I'm going to tell you you're pretty, or I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
go through the things that dads normally go through. That's just not the role that he played for me. So the men that I was surrounded around were basically my cousins. And so growing up, it was, oh, you ugly, and oh, you black, you blacky, blacky, blacky. Like, that was my nickname. They never even called me Kayla. It was Blackie. And like, even to this day, that'll slide in, but now I correct it. But back then, I really I thought I was so dark. I was like purple or blue when I was younger because I didn't see a lot of people around me with the same skin complexion. Like, aside from one other person in my family, I was really the only dark one. So with me constantly hearing this over and over again, that's what I grew to believe. So when I was growing up, I didn't think that I was pretty. I didn't think that I was beautiful. I didn't carry myself in that way because it was something I never heard. It took for me to be well into my 20s, damn near like in my 30s, for me to actually start to see that. Hello, thank you for joining us. Hi. Um, so I feel like I grew up and I went through life looking for validation and looking for somebody to confirm really how I affirm how I looked because I didn't hear it. And I felt like if I didn't hear it, then that meant that I wasn't worthy enough for it. That meant that, maybe I wasn't beautiful, or maybe I wasn't pretty. Maybe people actually really did think that I was ugly. And although I was looking for the validation, I feel like I was looking for it more so from men because that's where all of the trauma had came from down my life. And I feel like I needed that validation for me to feel beautiful, for me to feel confident because I was more used to being torn down so much by them. Now, put me in a room with a bunch of women, like even to this day, the gas is going to be premium. Okay.
The finest of the finest.
Listen, it is going to be premium. So, these days when I need to be affirmed and validated, I am surrounded around women that do that for me. I can post a picture on social media and all of my likes and all of my comments and all of that stuff. It's going to be full of women affirming me and validating me. But one thing I had to work through in therapy is even though I have access to that type of gas for my confidence, why do you still feel like you need the validation from the opposite sex? And if I'm being honest, I think that is something that I'm still kind of working through. Now, one thing that I just remembered, I remember that you all did a DNR episode, and I can't remember what the title of the episode was, but you played this video, and in the video, the lady, you can quote me if I'm wrong, I think she talked about feeling invisible. It was something that she kind of talked about. And when I heard it, I was like, damn, like that's the first time I heard somebody put my feelings into like audio and I could actually resonate with that. Um, and so it kind of made me realize that this journey that I have in confidence really stemmed from my childhood. And then here I am, almost 40 something, trying to go through and pick that up. And that's why I admire when I look at people like you and people that show up in their full confident self, because it gives me what I like to call a possibility model, right? So, you can have a possibility model in a lot of different spaces, whether it's confidence, whether somebody's on a career path, whether somebody is parenting in a certain way, or anything that you want in life. You can have somebody that you either look up to or you see, and you can say, you know what, they're doing it, and that makes it a possibility for me. So I'm super huge on that because it gives me something to look forward to, and it gives me something to work towards. So my question for you is, so as a child, would you say that you've always been super confident, even though you were a tomboy?
Um, I would say that I always felt pretty because that's what I heard at home.
Okay.
At home, I was being affirmed.
Okay.
I didn't always see that for myself, but I was being affirmed at home, not necessarily at school. Like at school, I got the same thing that you got. Like
bullying.
I was an African booty scratcher. That's what they used to call me.
Yes.
Like African booty scratcher. I didn't even
that
know
was
African.
Another one. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yes.
They would talk about my lips being so black. And I'm like, I didn't understand because I'm like, no, because at home I'm cute. Like, what y'all mean? Like, as much as a tomboy I was, and I was honestly only a tomboy because my sister was a size 4.
Okay.
So the hand-me-downs came from my brother. So it was just like, I like Ninja Turtles. I want to wear that sweater. Or, I want to wear those baggy pants because I looked chunky versus my sister being skinny. So I
Oh.
heard all of the affirmations, but I didn't receive it. Um, but growing up, I think it became more important for me to identify confidence and self esteem. So I've
Okay.
always been confident in who I am,
Mm-hmm.
but the way I valued myself wasn't showing outwardly. It was just like, I
Mm.
can fake my confidence every day. I can put on hair, makeup, clothes, and step out the door, and you're going to see me, and I'm going to shine wherever I am. However, my self esteem means how I value myself, how I look at myself, and
That's
that's where we
powerful.
need to do better at as women and as men in general. How I value myself is going to tell you how to value
Mm-hmm.
me. And if I don't value myself, it's going to be like, yeah, I look cute, but how do I feel?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it shines more. Like
Mm-hmm.
people say, like, girl, you doing this and that. And it's like I've done the work to feel better about myself.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's the journey I'm on now. I've definitely been having some tough conversations within the last um, couple of weeks, and that value thing is very important because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like how you value yourself is going to reflect what you attract and what you accept. And so if you are constantly attracting or
Mm-hmm.
accepting the wrong things, it kind of causes you to look within, and it's like, do you value yourself?
Yep.
And I've had to kind of dig deep and have those conversations and be like, damn, like, do I? And it's
Mm-hmm.
true what you said, that confidence and that self-esteem, that's two different things, because you can definitely fake it. Because that reminds me of when people say I don't look like what I'm going through. So you can dress it up and make it look good, but on the inside, when you go home at night
You're
and
by
you by
yourself.
yourself,
Yep.
you have to sit with yourself and you have to deal with yourself and you have to think about those things. They're not going anywhere.
Listen, I've made it a habit to show up as my best self everywhere, no matter how I actually look. I'm
Hmm.
sure, like that's my biggest flex. Who you see on the internet and on social media, that's me all day.
Hmm.
There's nothing that I've been through or anybody can't nobody say anything about me. Like I've had people be like, "Oh, well, I can say this about you." Say it. It doesn't bother me because I'm not ashamed. But I used to be. So my esteem,
Mm.
like you can tear down my confidence and be like, and it's just like, okay,
Hmm.
because that doesn't make me. I can lose all of my hair today, and it doesn't make me.
Still bad.
But because I'm gonna put a wig on,
Period.
we gonna put a wig on, so
Period.
whatever. But it definitely overlaps. Self esteem and self confidence overlaps, but we need to focus more so on the self esteem because that is what's gonna make you more confident.
It is. And it's going to end up going without saying, too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said you were not always like that. So, where did the switch happen for you? And what are some things that you had to do to kind of get to the woman that you're showing up as today? The
Um,
simplified version, because I know the
it's
work be
deep.
working,
Woo, it's
so I
deep.
get it, and it's never ending.
Mm-hmm.
It's You'll never stop doing the work. You might finish the work on this chapter, then you got to start the work on another chapter. It's never
Absolutely.
ending.
So I always tell people I go through. I'm going through a healing journey.
Okay.
However, I've learned that my healing journey is commingling with my confidence journey. It's commingling with my self-esteem journey. And it just took for so many people to be like, "You so mean," and I'm like, "No, I'm not." Like I was like stern on no, no, no. But now I'm more so like, you know what? I need to sit with me because it's a reason why everybody is falling off. It's a reason why everybody is doing
It's
this.
like everybody can't be lying.
Right.
Yeah.
So it took me. I had locks, like natural locks. I grew my locks in 2018,
I'm
2019.
almost getting ready to start mine. I'm excited.
I cut them off February 22nd of 22.
Oh, that was last year.
I cut my locks off. So I took a whole 2 years to grow them, and then I took a whole 2 years. I'm just like, you know what? Because I needed to see me. I
Mm.
literally the best thing that I do for myself, like I do have an affirmation wall. And I encourage everybody to have an affirmation wall. I really want a closet. Like I for sure want a closet.
Now, do you have, like, how you see like post-its like on the wall or like post-its on the
I
mirror?
got them everywhere.
Really?
My work desk, people be like, "What does that mean?" About your business. Like I have
I need
one
to do that.
on my computer that says "Never again," and that's just a
Mm.
reminder to myself. Never
Mhm.
again. Whatever it is, never again. But I have things to say that I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor.
Mhm.
The pressure made me. So having an affirmation wall is one thing that has been helping me. And I take stuff off sometimes. Like that don't really serve me no more. And I'll add stuff to it.
Mm.
I also surround myself with people who is building me up.
That's so important.
Because I'm gonna cut you off. If I'm gonna do something, I'm going to cut you off. If you're not feeding me, I'm cutting you off.
Mhm.
But looking
Yeah.
at myself in the mirror is when I say I look at myself in the mirror, I'm not like dialed up. I mean, freshly washed hair, no makeup, no nothing, hair pulled back. Sometimes with the towel on and sometimes without. And I'm
Mhm.
looking at me and I'm speaking to what I need to hear. So if I'm telling myself like, you did that, you are her. That's
Mhm.
another powerful one. Whatever your her is, you are her.
Mhm.
Just keep saying
Positive
that.
self-talk.
Keep saying that until you know who that her is
You
and
gotta keep
show
saying it until
up.
you believe it.
Yeah, you gotta brainwash
It's a
yourself.
definition of an affirmation. You really have to keep, even if you don't believe it. One thing I learned is that you have to keep saying it.
It's
I
like
keep hearing this thing. Have you heard the
brainwashing
phrase?
yourself.
And have you heard the phrase about like how people are saying romanticizing your life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Self go on them solo dates.
I have been saying for so long, and if you heard previous episodes, you'll hear me say that I have been wanting to do that for so long. And honestly, I mean, I kind of did one this morning because I took myself to brunch. Was that a solo date?
It is.
Maybe I did. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I am doing it. But I said that I wanted to get all the way dolled up, like I'm going on an actual date, get dressed
Do
up,
it for
put my
you.
makeup on, make myself a reservation, and go have dinner.
Listen.
There's this lady that I follow on YouTube. Her name is Maya Galore. You watch Maya?
I watch
Oh, I
her.
love her. Right?
And she's a Libra. That's my boo.
Fellow chocolate baddie. I love
Period.
Maya so much. And she always does her solo day
That's
vlogs.
where I got it from.
Me too, yes. But she literally gets dressed up like she is going out with her man or a group of people, and she will go sit at a restaurant and she will watch her phone and she'll prop up her camera
Mm-hmm.
and she will have a good old time by herself. And you have to know how to be alone in order to show up in a group of people. Like if you don't want to be with yourself, then how can you expect somebody else to want to
Enjoy your own company.
enjoy your own company? And I feel like before I moved back here, I was such like in the thick of life, being a single mom, having to deal with so much. I just didn't have the time for myself. And
Mm-hmm.
so now me being here is a benefit because I am having more time with myself. I mean, my son is 14. I can just check up the deuces and just be gone.
Like I
Like
just did.
right, exactly. Same. Like, oh bye, I'll see you later. And so that's one thing that I really need to focus on is me and working on the self-esteem and working on the confidence and spending time with myself. And I'm very introverted. So me spending time with myself by myself is really not a problem. I thoroughly enjoy doing so. I just usually do it in the house. So I
Catch
got to
me on the
take that
couch.
girl in the bed wrapped up in a blanket
Woo.
watching YouTube. Yes. But I
Mm-hmm.
need to take that outside. Um and I was telling a friend that going into the new year and probably over the course of the next year, really, I just want to focus on me. I want to do the self work. I want to do what makes me happy.
It's
I
so
want to
important.
continue to dig deep and heal. And I want to get to the place where I'm enjoying life on my own without all of the extras of anything. Um, Especially if it's going to be negative. Now, one thing you said that you are quick to cut people off. That's something that I never really did. Um, One thing I had to go through in therapy, my therapist literally was like, "Well, what's the deal breaker for you?" And I'm like, "I don't have any. I'm understanding. I get people come from certain places, and and I had a guy therapist, which was a journey for me.
Girl, I cut
I
them
had
all
a
off.
I had a guy therapist and it gave me a perspective I did not know I needed. I did not want a man for a therapist, but I felt like in the journey I was on, I needed that. And he was the best therapist I've ever had. And he said so many things to me that I didn't want to hear that I
Mm-hmm.
needed to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, "Why don't you have deal breakers? By the next time you see me, have some deal breakers." And I
Facts.
didn't realize how life changing that was. I was like, okay, I do have to, you know what? I don't like that. That's a no for me.
And no is a complete sentence.
And that's another thing. I had to learn that no is a complete sentence because I was showing up as a people pleaser and trying to do everything for everybody else. And there was not, no was not in my vocabulary as much as it needed to be. And I will say that this year, I feel like I've done way better than I have previously. And there is peace on the other side of that.
For sure.
It's peace. And that surpasses every bit of understanding that I could have ever imagined. Um, and so all of these things leading to that, and I'm still kind of resonating with what you said about that confidence and that self-esteem. And I think for me, um, yeah, 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 that's been real reminiscent of these last these
Sure.
last couple of weeks. Because you really do need to value yourself. Because when you carry yourself in a certain way, like you said, it attracts those things that need to be attracted to you, and then also being careful who you have around you. um and I am very thankful that I have a lot of powerful women
Hmm.
around me that even if my crown is tilted or if I'm feeling down and out, I have them to be able to pick me up. And having that type of network is important. And they're also, I mean, I have social media friends I've never even met in person that we take the time to build each other up.
Absolutely.
And it is so necessary. And I didn't even realize how powerful that was until I moved back. And I'll be out and about, and so many people that I'm meeting, and I'm like, oh, like we talk on social media. Like this is my first time seeing
Actually
you in
seeing you.
person. Yeah. And it's been such a positive experience, and it's helped me a lot on my journey. Um, so I wanted to pivot a little bit. So one thing about me and Ruthie is we both have boys, teenagers. I have a 14-year-old. How old is yours?
He gonna be 16 next week.
Really? Oh, you don't like you. First of all, you don't like that no 16-year-old.
I'm
Period.
sad.
Mm-mm. I know exactly how you feel. It seems like one day you're holding them in your arms, and the next day they are hovering over you, taller.
Yeah.
16. You got 2 more years to 18.
Talk about you.
How does that feel? Oh my goodness.
It's balancing.
Because he's your only one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So it is balancing. Like some days it's like, wait, stop, come back. But then some days it's just like
No
I'm able
go.
to just sit there and look and be like, I help mold this young man. Like
Yes.
it's very
And it's crazy when you look at,
rewarding.
yes.
It's very rewarding. Because some days I'm just like, oh, please make good decisions. But then I
That's
have to
every
be
day.
like, you know what? I already instilled the good decisions in him,
Mhm.
and whatever decisions that he make, I know that I can trust that he's going to be able to make it through.
And even when they do make those bad decisions, you know that you set them up to be able to problem solve and maneuver through that as well. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Yeah, raising a son in this world is it's very, I feel like we're experiencing so many things that
Mhm.
I am still learning with him being a teenager. It's so much that he goes through that I wish that I had like this book that I could just turn to the chapter and like just
Okay,
read.
wait.
Right. It's so much that I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I
Mhm.
need, as a single mom, the village is everything. Cause I'm quick to be
For
like,
sure.
hey, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I need help. One thing that I've been talking to my son a lot about, most recently, we actually had a pretty profound conversation about it last week, but confidence.
Mm.
I think that when we have daughters, we talk a lot about confidence. We kind of walk them through that journey, but I don't hear it enough with boys. And one thing that I noticed a lot, even in grown men, like when you compliment them or you say certain things like, "Oh, you're handsome," or "Oh, this looks good on you," I've noticed that a lot of them struggle to accept those compliments, and it always makes me wonder why. But I also think like, okay, I want to make sure that I help set my son up to where he feels confident and he also has that self-esteem.
Mhm.
So, what are some things that you would say that you do with your son to make sure that his confidence is where it needs to be and it stays that way?
Son don't have no
Well,
issues.
self-esteem too.
He don't have no issues with confidence at all.
Is that a good thing or a bad?
He don't. His head is real big. Like he be like, yeah, I'm Ty. Like so
I love
his
that.
confidence is
Hmm.
which is great. But we have a lot of conversations, and sometimes I just sit there with him, and I just, we gonna talk about anything. Giving him the platform to talk and voice his opinion about whatever it is he needs to has been really, really helpful
That's
for him
important.
because you send them out into the world and then they become so little to
Mm-hmm.
everything else. So just being able to talk to him about whatever um, relationships is a big one. So telling him how to show up as a young man and as a boy who has sisters um, makes a big difference. Because I let him know, like, is that how you would want your sister to be treated? So
Mm-hmm.
just instilling in him how to show up in the world has helped with his self esteem a lot, and allowing him to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I can
That's
see
so
him
important.
fighting the emotions, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, if you can't talk to me, who can you talk to? Find somebody, and if I need to take you to them, it could be 1 o'clock in the morning. Excuse me, wake up, son needs you. So making sure that he has that village
Mm-hmm.
is
That's so
important
important. Mm-hmm.
because I see son being able to take a compliment with no problem, but it's hard for him to take. I see gifts like allowing people to do something for him outside
Mm-hmm.
of his circle
Mm-hmm.
is hard,
And
and
I
I've
don't got no
seen
problem
that
with that. He'll take
with
anything from me.
with guys too. Like I bought guys a gift for like their birthday, and they'd be like, "Wait, what? You buy gifts?"
Even flowers. It was
Yeah,
something on social media where they were doing a video where they were giving men flowers and they were like, oh my God,
they
like
be
I've
so
never gotten flowers. But they were
confused.
so happy.
And going, I take my son to get his feet done, not as often as I
We've
do,
done that.
but he be like, the first time he was like,
He loves it a little
"Ma,
too much.
no, I'm not doing this." He went in that chair 5 minutes and he was sleep, snoring, all of the things. But now he be like,
We need to go back. I'm
where are
glad
we
you
going to
said
get
that.
our feet done?
Mm-hmm.
Mom, where I'm going to, like, I do the self care things with him. And
Mm-hmm.
it kind of helps him with being able, we have those intimate moments where, he can speak up. Mom, I need a massage. Mom, I want to get my feet done.
I need a
And
facial. They can
it's
get
not
facials.
emasculate. It's not,
No, it's not.
it's
It's
not
taking
emasculate
care.
on him.
It's self care. It's taking care of yourself.
So a lot of the things
I'm
that
glad you
even
said that.
like Tyler fights me on this, but I make him open up doors. I make him
Yes.
open up doors. He'd be like,
No, we do the same. Like, excuse
okay.
me, this door needs to be open.
Even just as simple as if we go somewhere, sometimes I'll slide him my debit card, or I'll do it in the car because it's just showing him like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, like he feels good about himself without
Mm-hmm.
even telling him. It's showing him that he can do something. So he's valuing like, okay, if I go to work, I'm going to do this. Or if I do this, what I'm saying. So it's showing him how the esteem part works versus just telling him because I don't know the rules to parenting,
Nobody does.
and it's
It's no manual. We are literally figuring out
every
how
single
to
day.
do it every single day. And like I said, with me, it's just so many things that we face that I'm like, oh my God, like I don't know what to do with this. And helping, I was telling somebody today, it's like me helping him maneuver through things and I'm still trying to figure out
Absolutely.
myself. And so it's like I don't even know, but we're going to figure this out together. Now, one thing I'll do with my son, he is very low key. So he's not the type to be like, man, I look good, I look this, I look that. It's real
That's a
understated.
blessing.
It's very understated, but I always make sure, like, I know he came out the other day and I was like, you look good. You smell good. I'm
That's
always
a
trying to
big
make sure
one.
I gas him every single day so that even if he doesn't feel it, that helps. Like my mom, my mom said I look good today. I did a good job. I smell good. Because even my cousin,
Smelling good is a
he
big one for
ran.
teenagers.
My cousin ran into him at his school a couple weeks ago, and she was like, "He is so cute and he smells good." And I was like, "Thank you. Like, make sure you tell him that." Because it hasn't always been there, but we've gotten there now because we've had several conversations about it. And it's like, you heard me. But then he in turn will do it to me, which I absolutely love. Like he'll see me like made up and he'll be like, Mom, you look good. Like you look really
Absolutely.
pretty. And if he forgets to tell me face to face, he will text me and be like, Mom, I forgot to tell you, you look really pretty today.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy that it's your child that's affirming you because it'll be times where I'm like fresh face, natural hair, lounging around the house, and he'll just be like, Mom, I don't know what it is, but you just look so pretty today. And I'm like, really?
Like,
Thank
I
you.
just took my wig off.
But I appreciate that. But I think it's just so it's so important to make sure that his self-esteem is where it needs to be and that he's confident. And like I said, I know we do that a lot with girls, but I don't want us to forget about our boys as well.
Yeah.
Because they can end up in situations too where, they're not feeling valued and they're feeling like an ugly duckling, like they can end up in those same situations. And I knew what type of childhood I had with that. And I definitely didn't want him to
Mhm.
experience that. And like you
Mhm.
said, that vulnerability is important. My mom actually just told me today that she's proud of how I'm raising him and the fact that we have our relationship because he literally can come to me for
I'm
anything. I
very
tell him
vulnerable
all
with
the
him.
time, I'd rather you come to me and tell me everything
Mhm.
and let me help you figure
Get
it
out.
out.
Yep. I'm very vulnerable with my son, and that helps
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times he'll ask me something. I'll be like, son, I don't know. Like, give me a moment. I'm gonna come back to you, or I'm gonna figure out who can help you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because a lot of times he'll ask me something, and I'll be like, I ain't never been a boy. I've never raised a boy, so I don't know what that is like.
But I'm gonna find out for you.
Listen, real quick. So I make sure I surround him with the positive men because as a girl, I know, or as a woman, I know that representation matters.
It does. It
Buying
does
the,
for
the
sure.
Barbie dolls in the book, I make sure I'm always buying black Barbies for my nieces
Mm-hmm.
with natural texture hair. And they be
Yes.
like, but they should love all people. I'm not saying that they shouldn't love
But
everybody. I'm saying, but
representation
love
matters. It
themselves and they can
does.
see that there's a black Barbie doll that can be a businesswoman and not just the white Barbie with the silky hair.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier, like you said, for us to do it for the girls, but with him, there isn't a Barbie that I can get, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure that he sees that. So in my house, I have all of these African figurines.
We had a lot of those
I
growing up.
made, I mean, I searched everywhere. I need to find a man.
Really?
I have to find a painting of a man. And
Well, have somebody make one.
I finally found it. Oh my God. And I ordered it offline and I thought it was going to be on a canvas, but it was like paper.
Oh,
I
okay.
went and I bought a canvas and I
Put it
plastered
on
it to it.
there.
And so it's up there right next to the woman. And he has his crown and she has her. They don't have any faces, but I know that he sees it. And the things that
Every
I
day.
enjoy, I make sure I include them in. Like, I love painting. So I was thinking, I'd be like, come on, we're going to paint. He'd be like, I don't want to do this. But then give him a couple minutes and he's
He'll do it.
expressing. So I'll give him more than one canvas. So the first canvas, he's kind of just like, I don't want to do it. And it looks dark. And it's just like sloppy. But the second one, he's into it and he's expressing himself.
You're like, okay, we here now. I actually like this a little bit.
And it helps because he'd be like, well, at first I was thinking this, like he'll just start to talk to me. So I think
Mm-hmm.
those different things, include him in the things that makes us happy,
Mm-hmm.
include him, and then it kind of opens up those doors for him to be able to talk about things that you would have never expected. A young man,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be like, you be going through stuff like that,
We
son.
have, let me tell you, I tell people all the time, me and my son
What?
have good conversations. Cause
What?
the thing about him, he gonna tell it.
That's
And he gonna
good.
tell it all. I'll be like, okay, and what happened next? And what happened? And what happened? And I love that we do that. Like
That's
literally
good.
sitting down, like, ma. So today, such and such has said, like, and it's funny because the kids in the family, I'd be like, oh, you tell your mama everything. And I'm like, he sure do
So don't do
everything.
nothing around him.
But the representation matters. And I think that one thing that we're struggling with now that I feel like I'm working through is the representation and having him around more men. Honestly, he's not really around men at all. He's primarily around women.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have brothers. I feel like they can show up more and do better. And everybody has their own stuff going on in life, but
Mm-hmm.
I do wish that they would kind of show up a bit more. He just the only guy that he has unlimited access to is his godfather, but he lives in Texas. But at any given moment, my son is able to pick up the phone and FaceTime and text, and he's always there.
Yeah,
Like I mean, even last night they were up late, like laughing and like talking shit on
that's
2K,
good.
and so and that's their time. And my son will tell him like, "Hey, like that was really good. Like we really had a great time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that." And so his godfather is married to my best friend. They got 3 kids, but he carves out that time for Dylan and is dedicated. And I appreciate it more.
Absolutely.
So I'm really trying to get him around more men and find spaces for him to have that because I can only go so far. Like you said, I'm a woman. I don't know what it's like to be a man. I've never raised one before. And there are just lessons and things that would need to be instilled in him that has to come from a man.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like as his mom, I'm actively trying to find those things. I hate that it doesn't come as easy as I feel like it should.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I feel like we're at a pivotal place in his life and he's at a pivotal age where I need to go ahead and get that in because things are going to start happening. And of course, I'm his mom. There's nothing like your mom, but
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with having those positive male reinforcements to kind of come in to reiterate those things that I might be missing something.
So what
I know
helped
I'm
me
missing.
was one, which was it's gonna be hard for anybody. It's still hard for me. Is letting him go. That I'm still
That makes me
struggling.
emotional.
Listen, I'm still struggling with that.
I keep
but
thinking about it like
letting him go out into the world,
it's literally
hard. But sports. So like I
Mm.
sent him, I signed him up for sports, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be great for him. He's gonna have other boys around. He's gonna have the other
Mhm.
men's around, and the team that he was signed up with, they're like, we're more than just your coaches. So they were like talking to them and having those deep
I love
conversations and
that.
stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it was
we
cool.
need
But when
that.
they yelled at him, it was like, I don't give my son back. But it was
It's
like
hard.
he needed it. So the
Mhm.
days that I'd be like, no, give me my son back, they was like, all right, we give him back to you. But the things that you're complaining about at home,
It's not gonna be
not gonna be
fixed.
fixed. So allowing him to go into the world and
It's
explore and
terrifying.
do
Oh my god.
it, trust me, I'm always like,
I cried one
when he
day
gonna come
randomly
back?
thinking about like him getting older, and I'm like, okay, once he's 18, like you don't have to leave, you can stay, but you have the option to be able to leave and be out on your own. And I have never lived without you. And I was telling somebody, I think what made me start crying, I was like, so you mean that one day I'm gonna come home to my house and he just not gonna be there? I was
So,
like, what?
full transparency moment. My son just came back home.
Mm-hmm.
We had one of those moments in life where it was just like, you ain't getting up and cleaning up your room. You're not taking out the trash. So to him, I'm nagging. I'm over parenting. To him, that's all the things that I'm doing. But for me, it's just like, you're not respecting my house rules. But he's growing and changing. And it's like, no, he's not going to not do it, but it wasn't within my timing. So we had this huge, I ain't even going to say a huge fight. We had this argument, and I was like, I need a moment.
Yeah, you need those. Ooh, I've
I
had some.
need
Ooh, I
a
done had
moment.
so
And
many of those.
that's what I said. In my mind, it was, you go to your dad's house over the weekends anyway, give me a week. In my mind, I didn't see anything wrong with what I said. But to him, that was a dagger. It was, my mom put me out. So it went from me saying, I need a moment, give me a week, to him being gone for a couple of months. Every single day was hard.
Mm-hmm.
But him coming back has been life changing. And him just even like how he's grown, because he had to be more independent over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, even like he was staying with grandma and dad, and they were just like, Tyler do his own laundry, Tyler do this, and I'm like,
he don't do that here,
but he does, and it was just like, so I have been doing the right thing. It was a learning for me as a parent that I wasn't doing anything wrong, but letting him go, because at first it was like, absolutely not, you're coming home. And it was just, even I talked to my therapist about it, she was just like, allow him that time to explore, to grow, to see what it feels like over there. And during this time, work on you. Enjoy not having to cook every night. Enjoy being able to not have to wake him. Like, I took that time and I enjoyed it, to where when he came back, I was like, yay. And I was like, dang, I gotta cook.
Look, I gotta put clothes on. Dang,
that was the hard. That's
I gotta
the
clean.
I gotta put on clothes.
Because my son would spend summers with his godparents, so it's like I don't gotta wear clothes, I don't gotta cook, I'm in and out. So when he came back, it was an adjustment. I'm like, oh Lord,
I can go spend that with my boyfriend and him not.
I gotta come back home, right? Like I gotta come back home. What you mean?
Just know that whatever it is you're doing, it's working.
Oh, it is.
Him going out in the world is not going to find him.
And my son, like I said, he is definitely the type of child, and I feel like he knows that I need to be affirmed. I need to be validated, because he has random moments where he always reminds me, like, you doing what you need to do. Like, either he's saying it or I'm watching him do something, and I'm like, oh, like, you actually listen.
They babies to us.
Okay.
But they grown men out here. Like, my son will say something like, Mom, I really want to start working. I'm like, go to the Sherman Phoenix. Just go to the, he'd be like, what I'm supposed to say? He came with me one day, and I had never seen him be quiet. I'm like,
any other day you talk.
I mean, to everybody in the Sherman Phoenix. And on that particular day, he didn't say anything. And somebody walked past, and I was like, "Hey, you got?" And they was just like, "Oh yeah, let's change the numbers." And the boy been working.
Look at that.
And I'm like, "You couldn't have said that." So in those moments, we still need to be vulnerable. But I think they'll give us permission when and when not to be.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that.
Oh, mine will. He'll be like, "Mine, no, not right now."
I'll be like,
he will tell me in a
cuddle with me. He'd be like, "No."
Yeah, he'd be like, "Nah, I don't. We're not gonna do that."
No.
Or he'll be like, okay, ma, like, okay,
so
cool."
My son says, because I'm a hugger,
"Oh,
you're touching me without my permission."
Okay.
It's that simple. And I'll be like, well,
Okay, I respect boundaries. I
but
respect
that makes
it.
so much sense. Or I've learned that my mom didn't do this at all. Don't close the door in our house because I don't pay no rent. She will come in my room without knocking on the door.
I got that bad.
I don't. I don't want no surprises. He is finna be
And he
16.
told me, he said, "Mom," he said, "You never not." And I was like, "You know what?" I said, "You right," and I apologize.
I'm not gonna scare myself.
Because I definitely be like, shh, shh. "Hey, so."
I call his name before I get to the door. I say his name more than once, and then I knock. And then, even if he starts talking, a lot of times we go, "Okay, that's permission to go in." I'm not scaring myself.
Yeah, he definitely said, I think this was like last week or the week before. And I was like, "You know what? You right." So now I just be like, and I feel like he make me wait longer just because he's trying to be funny. I'm like, okay, eventually I'm going to just open up this door.
I got a bad too where I'll call him instead. Because I don't want no surprise. He's a growing young man.
Yeah, girl, you and me both. You ain't gonna have me pass on the floor somewhere. No, thank you. No.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, but I think that's very important. Having sons to work on that confidence, work on that self-esteem, and don't forget about our boys because they, unfortunately have to face so much in life already. We want to make sure that we properly prepare them with all of the tools that they need, and those are two of the tools that they need. So, switching up again, I thought that it would be a good idea for us to kind of give the girlies some tips and tricks when it comes to dressing yourself. So one thing I know is that when you dress better, you feel better. One thing I'll say about myself within the last couple of months is I've been feeling really good outfit wise. And what's crazy about it is I have bought so many clothes that I never even wore when I was living in Texas. And so being here and unpacking and being thrown into a social life that I have not had over the last year, I'm like, oh my God, I need clothes to go everywhere. And so instead of buying a whole bunch of stuff, I was looking through my closet and was like, oh my God, I have this and I have that and I have that and I have that. And so I've really been exploring and mixing and matching and actually enjoying it, which for me is new. I'm on this workout journey now.
You better than me. I ain't nothing big in
You
my
gotta
bag.
So working out for me has become therapy. My goal is to try to work out 4 out of the 7 days a week. At least for anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. I am trying to lose weight, not an astronomical amount. I want my body for me to look the way that I want it to look for me, while simultaneously learning how to appreciate and be confident in the body that I have. Because if I can't do it in the body that I have, then it's going to be difficult to do it in the body that I'm getting to. So like you said earlier with the mirror thing, I actually just posted something on social media earlier. I was getting ready to go to the gym and I was looking at myself in the mirror, like bare, no makeup, sports bra, leggings. And I was like, okay, girl, like I like what I see. And the positive self-talk is so important. And I don't always do the best with it. But the thing that I love is that I have people that be like, you look good. Say thank you. And don't say shit else because I'll be like, yeah, but my makeup and my belly and my.
We got that bad when somebody give us a compliment.
And you find something negative in it.
Oh, I just threw this together.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't look 100% in it. But, and they like, no, shut up. Stop doing that.
Just say thank you.
Just say thank you and let's move on from it. So I've been, like you said, spending that time in the mirror. And like somebody had told me, which for me was profound, you don't see what we see. Like, they were like, have you looked at your eyes and like the shape of your eyes? And they literally pointed out things. And I was just like, really? Like, but for me, I was like, you know what? I am so much harder on myself than other people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that shouldn't be like that. Harder on myself. And so I've definitely been working on positive self talk. Like, it's okay hearing it from other people, but I got to hear it from myself and I have to believe it.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that I started doing for myself, like I said, was kind of switching up my wardrobe. I have never been a fashionista. I have never been into like aesthetic.
Um,
Honestly, I'm comfortable, and that might not always look the best. So it might be a t-shirt with some leggings
but that
or
can
some
be cute.
sweatpants, or it can be, but
Yes.
I feel like it could be cute and not thrown together. And so one thing I tell myself is that, because I tell my son this all the time and don't do it myself, you have to be intentional about how you show up in the world, and you have to look good when you leave out of here.
Cause
Even if
I'm
it's a
sick
dress
of
down day, look
hoodies
good.
and pajama pants.
I feel
Triggered. I know.
now now the hoodies make sense being in Wisconsin. Imagine 100-degree weather in Texas wearing hoodies
Yeah, cause that.
where it made
Ooh.
no sense. And they all wore it.
With the ski
All
mask here
I
in
just
the
saw something that said
summertime.
that they were supposed to be banned in ski masks in some state, but
Oh,
yes, we now my thing is hoodies and shorts. And I'm like, dude, it's 30 degrees outside. We have to let the shorts go. I'm trying to do self expression, but it comes with limits. Because listen, if you get sick, who got to deal with this shit? Okay,
facts.
okay.
Facts.
Um, so for me, what I had to do, and I have a graphic here. I had to figure out what my body type is. So what I mean by that is that, oh, shoot. It's a stage. I think I almost died. Yep, it did. So this is a chart that I found. And I know people probably don't really go by this, may not believe in it. I completely understand. But for me, this was something that helped me learn how to dress the body that I have now. Again, when you look good, you feel good. I needed to learn what clothing items look good on me and what clothing items didn't. Now, don't get me wrong. I am an advocate of put that shit on.
Me
Whatever
too.
you are confident in, if it's a crop top, booty shorts, mesh, fishnet, whatever it is put it on and wear the shit out of it. I am an advocate for
But
that.
wear the proper undergarments, please.
Yes, that as well. And I did.
I don't want to see you
I
in
feel
mesh
like,
and white panties.
oh no, oh no, 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 no. That's a no. I feel like with me living in Texas, with it being so hot, I did not always care to like wear a shaper with everything. And I know some people are like, oh,
Oh
that's what you're
no,
supposed to do.
I don't either.
I was not always a fan of that because I'm like, it's hot as hell. And then guess what? This shit is gonna jiggle today.
And is
And yeah, yeah. And a lot of people even too with bras. Like, oh, your boobs got to be sitting up.
I hate bras.
Saggy titties still get sucked and played with. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, so some people, oh, your titties got to be sitting up. You got to have on a shaper. No, listen,
Uh-uh.
whatever. As a woman, I am not wanting to do things to make you comfortable. I don't want to choose my outfit based off of what's going to make
And that's
you
where the self
comfortable.
esteem comes in at.
That's not me, and I hate when people expect women to.
Mhm.
I This is what I'm wearing on my body, and this is what I feel good in. If you have an issue with what I have on, if what I have on makes you uncomfortable, that is a you problem, and you have to figure that out.
Yeah.
I can't live my life. I can't live my life like that. And I had to kind of get to that point because I mean I have family members making comments about certain things that I had on, like, oh, she needed a shaper and she shouldn't have this and she shouldn't have that. Well, you need to explore why you feel that way about me. Because in the meantime, I look good and I feel
Because
good.
we
And
so used
period.
to being mean girls, even going back to being in middle school. Like
Yes.
the first thing we did was laugh at a girl if she was on her period,
And that's a
and she felt like she
natural.
had to wear sweatpants or
Mm,
an extra hoodie around her waist because she was afraid of being bullied.
and that's a natural thing happening to your body. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I found this chart on the internet to kind of give us a general idea. So these are just 5 of the body types, and I actually learned today that there's way more than this. But these are the more popular ones. So, like I said, it's important to know your body shape when you're shopping. So you have the rectangle body shape, and I forgot who they gave an example of with that one. And then you have an inverted triangle where basically your shoulders are a bit broader than the rest of your body. You have the hourglass shape, which most people are going for these days. So the example they gave for that is like a Kim K. And I forget the black
Kim
girl.
K.
They did. She popped
Girl,
up
get
out. That's what
that.
I said. I was trying to think of a black woman that's like our. I mean, it's plenty of them. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but Hourglass. Then you have Pear Shape. For Pear Shape, they said Beyonce. And it was something else that they said with that one, and I'm like, and then Apple Shape. So for me, I identify more with Apple Shape. And so, based off of that, I went on YouTube and I located people and Instagram, social media in general, and I kind of located people who um, had the same body type that I have. And I honestly will watch them try on clothes. Number one, I feel like it saves you money because I want to see you put it on first so I can see how it look on you. And then that way I'll know if it look good on me or not.
YouTube reviews are the best.
YouTube reviews are the best. So what I did was I kind of compiled a list of some YouTubers that I follow, and and the battery on this thing died, and I'm trying to go. So this is an Instagram page that I follow. I don't follow. Wait, which one is that? No. So this is Nita Danielle.
I love her.
So I follow her on YouTube. She is a plus size influencer, and basically what she does, as you can see here, is she does different fashion hauls. So she'll try
And they're
on
affordable.
That's what I love about her the most. Now she does do luxury to a certain extent, but as you can see, and I'm gonna play it over again. She'll do like Walmart, Amazon, a lot of the stores that we shop at like every day she'll do, and she looks so good in it. 1 second, y'all.
There's another.
Where do you plug it in at?
Oh, the mouse battery died?
Yeah, it's not working. 1 moment, guys.
So
Or
while
just
they,
or just
they
scroll the
trying to
screen
get that
down.
together. I'll say because I'm trans slender, I identify with Hourglass and Pear because
Hourglass and okay.
I'm smaller up top, but I got hips. And
So they sew
thighs
with the
and-
pair. I need to be able to. That's good enough. That's good enough. I clicked it, but it didn't work. Okay, so basically with pear shape, yes, that's when you are. Well, yeah, I would think that you would be as well because that's when you have like wider hips and you're a bit smaller up top. So yes, I would say that as well. Yeah, it could be hourglass as well. Um. So yes, Nita Danielle is an example of somebody I follow. I'm triggered by that it says wide calf boot haul. I'm gonna save that for my WTF. I'm gonna talk to y'all about what I just went through the other day with the boots, and this is very much on topic for what we talking about. So she's an example of somebody that I follow.
It's Jemima or Jamila or something like that.
I have her.
She's really good too.
Wait, where
Because
is
she
her?
be so serious.
I have her right here. Wait, tell me what you put. I think we might be missing one. Yeah, can you cue up the Jamila? Yeah, it's the other screen record. In the meantime, this is an Instagram influencer. I found out about her on YouTube. Her name is Carrie Berry. She pretty much has the same body type that I have. And everything that she wears to me is super cute. She kind of came up on my YouTube timeline and I started watching her. Again, very affordable fashion haul. So she tries on different things. And I like it because I can see it on somebody whose body looks similar to mine. And a lot of times I've seen things from her and I'm like, okay, I thought I couldn't wear that, but it actually looks good on you.
Yeah.
So
I'm a little racist. I only look at the black people.
and the majority of the people that I follow on YouTube as far as the influencers are, you know how YouTube kind of changes your algorithm depending on what you're searching for. So she came up and I forget what the video was. And I was like, okay, her body type actually is similar. No, the one in the middle. Yeah. The body type is similar to mine. And so I kind of started watching some of her videos. And I think that for me, it was really just the body type that I was interested in. But I mean, I feel you. That's why I threw this one in here because I'm like, oh, it's not the only one that I follow like some black girls too. Now I'm gonna start this over from the beginning. Now this is Miss Jemima. She is my absolute fave.
She's hilarious.
I love her so much. I was introduced to her through her fashion haul. So basically what I'll do if I'm looking to shop for something from a certain store, say for instance, now I'm in a fall fashion. So I'll go on YouTube and I'll type in plus size fall fashion, and then it'll bring up hauls of people trying on things, and then it kind of gives me ideas. That's how I was introduced to Miss Jamima, and I kind of just been along for the ride ever since. And I
Yes.
absolutely love her. So again, plus size influencer. She does vlogs as well. She is recently, as you can see here, on a a weight loss journey, workout journey, and she's been losing so much weight and being consistent with her workout journey. And I've gotten a lot of good ideas from her, from products, clothes. I mean, everything. Like, she's so amazing. But she also does these series that I think are absolutely hilarious. She hates Shein, by the way. I'm gonna pause here. So what I think is funny that she does is what I eat in a day to stay
I've
fat.
seen that.
So you know how you see people do videos and they're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, healthier. This is what I eat."
I
Hers
got
is
her
what I eat in a
carbs.
day to stay fat, right? And it's funny because the title says that, but she does tend to kind of eat on the healthier side, like more
Mhm.
cleaner items, but she'll also splurge like we all do when it comes to eating. So I think that these vlogs are funny as well, but the videos like this are what has helped me um outfit wise. Like, look at this. I had saw this today. Plus size rings. Like, who would
Absolutely.
even think like
Or
being
like
able to put
the
rings,
bangles for
the
the
bangles.
because everything don't fit
It's
on
the
my
things that
wrist.
you don't even like necklaces and stuff. So when I saw this, I'm like, yes, like this is the content that as a plus size woman that I love, like plus size ring. Yes.
I
Now I want to
have
go see what this is and how I can get
I have a
some.
couple women who actually I started watching because I love hair. I have a
Oh,
couple
that
women
one
who
too.
do hair on their YouTube channels, but then they'll splash a little bit of like clothing hauls and stuff
Oh,
in
I
there,
love
or like
that.
clothing inspires.
Hmm.
So I have Nizzy Mac. I
I've
got
never
introduced.
heard of her.
I got introduced to her from hair reviews because
Hmm.
I refuse to buy a wig before I watch a review on it.
Hmm.
So there's Nizzy Mac. She does some good ones. There's another lady. She's older and she's darker, and she always said, and so she's been on this weight loss journey, and she does different things like that.
We talked about
Mika
Maya.
Lynn,
We talked about
Mika
Maya.
Lynn is good.
Mika Lynn. How?
Mika Lynn
I feel like I heard M. I feel like I
is
heard of her.
M-E. She just changed her YouTube name because it was
Let me
something else.
see.
So it's Meekah for Mika, and I
I feel
can't
like I've
see.
heard of her
But
before.
she does because she's older, she's plus size, and she's darker skinned. So
Mm.
she's like a lot of times, even when buying hair, she's just like, I know the darker girls want to know what it looks like on our skin complexion, and
Mhm.
I'm like, that's so
Like, how
perfect.
would I look in like blonde, or how would I look in? I
Yep.
love that.
Brittany Hearts and Cakes 90. She does a lot of clothing haul. She's taller, so she does it for taller women, but she's still full figured and curvy. So a lot of times it's like
Okay.
if you're tall and you don't know how stuff is going to fit on you because something that looks good on everybody else, it might look good on me because I'm short, and it's like, oh, I want that because it looks wide leg and it's long and flowy, but on her it's going to fit completely different.
Completely different.
Kyra Sean is another one.
Okay.
So I'm really into like the YouTube
I
influencers
love,
who,
and I love how it's such a wide variety,
yep,
and even not even just the hair YouTube videos, but the makeup ones too.
yep.
I've really been into the makeup ones. That's
I
how I got
think
introduced to
kind of
Maya Galore.
yeah.
Hmm.
My Galore was
And especially
makeup
makeup
for
on
me.
our complexion. That is makeup on our
I'd be
complexion.
like, I like when they do like the store brands too. It's just like
The,
you
I
do
love
not
the
have to
drugstore
buy
brands.
Fendi.
You can
I
definitely
love
get
it.
you a Elf,
I love
get
it.
you a Black Radiance. You can definitely Maybelline.
Yes.
Everything
Black
doesn't have to
Opal
be Black
is
Opal. Yes. You know what? And speaking of, and I don't know if you saw this, and if you haven't, go watch it. There's a special on YouTube, and it talks about the Black beauty industry. And I'm about to get y'all the name of it now. There's a documentary that's been going around on YouTube recently. It's called The Black Beauty Effect, and it's actually a
mm,
docu series. And basically, what it talks about is our influence on culture, with everything from fashion to beauty to skin to makeup. It's an amazing docu series. So if you get it, if you have Netflix, go on there and look it up. And it talks about, they separate it in different episodes. So it's a makeup episode. It's one that talks about skin, and it's one that talks about hair. So like on the hair one, they talk to like Carol's daughters and a
mm,
couple of the other black owned businesses. On the makeup one, they have like the CEO of Fashion Fair. And I thought it was interesting how they said back in the 90s, if you notice, They didn't have makeup for our shades. So the women back then they had an ashy look.
Yep.
And so they
But
showed
they say
pictures.
casket ready.
They showed pictures and I was like, oh my God, yes, they did.
I remember that.
Because they didn't have the makeup for us. And that's where Fashion Fair came into play. Now, the CEO of Fashion Fair was a fashion designer doing fashion, and she didn't have the makeup for her models. And so she tried to go to these different companies, and they were like, it's not a market for it. We don't need it. So she did it herself.
That's because we already naturally beautiful.
Period. That too. I'm just now getting into like the whole like makeup thing, and I've been enjoying it, but I definitely don't feel like I have to have it.
Absolutely.
I think that's the difference. Like I know that there are some people, who unfortunately feel like they just have to have it, but I'm not the type that's gonna get up and put on a face for work. I'm not getting up if I'm going out and about, and not judging anybody that does. If you do, I don't even have enough time to do all of that. So I'll put makeup on if I need to like
I
step
perfected
out.
my 5 minute face.
I have not gotten there yet. I've gotten to 30.
I can perfect the 5 minute.
I think I
face.
saw a video where Maya did like a 5 or like a 10 minute, and I was just so amazed.
Oh, my 5 minute face is this. This is like eyebrows, eyelashes, and I covered up my little blemishes, and that's it. That's all.
The lash is gonna take me 30 by itself.
What?
Yes,
Oh, I
I
put the
hate
glue on
lashes.
these lashes.
I do everything.
Glue on my clothes, and then it came back was like, okay, it's taking. Like, whoop, whoop.
That take me 30 minutes. Me and lashes be having a
Listen,
fist fight
and
all
I
the
don't
time.
even do this for work. I be like,
No, I show
y'all
up just
think
like this.
y'all think I'm ugly, huh? Okay.
Be glad I'm here. That's why the holiday party is probably gonna be interesting because I mean, of course I'm in corporate America, so I'm gonna dress up. I'm gonna look good, but I think it's completely different when you like
Remix Coco.
dressed up. Like I know I'm gonna put a cocoa spin on it. I'm gonna put a cocoa spin on it.
I've actually had a couple people from work find me on social media, and this was before my
Well, we
page,
supposed to block them.
before my page got hacked. So I got a whole new page, so I can cut them off anyway. But before they was like, "This you?" I was like,
People do people do that all the time. Like I'll show them like stuff I'll do on the weekend, like with my old job, and they'll be like, "That hold on a minute, like yeah, I don't look like this on the weekend." Or
I had a coworker accidentally come. Well, they didn't know it was me, but they came to a fashion show, and they was like, "Wait, you're a model? You're a boy at work?" Yes. I drive forklifts and steel toes. And
period.
Now what?
I can do both. You want duality is a thing. I can do it all. Okay, I can do everything.
They were so shocked, like, you comb your hair? Yeah,
I do. Mm-hmm.
not for y'all, y'all ain't work.
Right. I love that, and I love that because that just shows like us as women, like we can really do it all. I can be driving a forklift today and walking down the runway tomorrow. I can do that.
Literally, like, sir. What you don't know is I have just as much confidence when I'm at work as I do on the runway.
Love that. Love that. Life isn't a runway. Look at that. Yes, I love that.
Don't find me in Walmart strutting.
Listen, a Walmart and Target, I love it. Yes.
I actually did a photo shoot in Target without their permission, but who cares?
Like a full blown like impromptu photo shoot, or like you planned it out, photographer, all that.
My friend was my photographer, so it was a photo challenge. And it was a guy who was. This was a couple years ago. He did a thing on Facebook. He was just like, he's gonna. I think it was like it started off with 10 of us, and each week somebody would get eliminated. So it would be here's the photo challenge. It was one do a photo shoot in public or like I did one on public transportation. So we hopped on. We did the hop, and it would be like I'm in there full blown hosing it down. I did one
on the bus.
On the train, like the hop or whatever that is. So I did one in Target where I literally dragged all type of stuff from other departments and put it in the station, and I had a bunch of clocks behind me, and it says, "Well, you don't have time for niggas."
Oh, period.
So literally, like when you say life is a runway, it's mine.
It is. If you don't take nothing away, we said today, life is a runway. You better put your shit on and you better stretch your stuff. I don't care if it's at a Target. I don't care if it's on the actual runway. I don't care if it's down the street, city block. Put your shit on and strut. Life is a runway.
Maya said something the other day and was just like, why are we waiting to wear our good clothes?
You know who else said that too?
What?
Aisha the Great.
Oh, yeah, I know her.
She say, I don't care if you walking to check the mail. Why are you waiting to wear? Put your clothes on.
So many clothes with tags on them.
I'm telling you, that was me still now, and I'm learning to put them on.
With this, and where am I wearing this to?
Go check the mail. Go to the grocery store. Go to the doctor's office.
My son be like, "Where you going?"
Nowhere.
We going to Walmart. What you mean? We going to Dollar Tree.
That's the reason why I wasn't wearing my clothes, is I wasn't going anywhere. And they, yes, I heard Maya say it, and I heard Aisha say it all the time. Sis, you want to wear your corsets to go check the mail? Who gonna stop you?
Listen, she was talking to her daughter, and her daughter was saying like, "Oh, well, we got matching pajamas, and I don't really want to wear them now. I want to wait to an event." And she was just like, "No, we're gonna wear them tonight, and we can wash them and wear them again.
Wear them again." And that's a big thing too. It is okay to repeat your clothes. Okay, I don't care what nobody say. You bought them to wear them. They don't have to be a one time. Now you do have some pieces that you're like, okay, that's iconic. I probably can't put that on again. But repeat your clothes
to go out of town, because they ain't never seen them.
Never. Those a whole new city, all new people. That's very true. That is very true. Now, if you want to buy like a piece or two, I get it. But as far as like full wardrobes every time you go out of town, you don't have to do that.
Like if you're going to lay on the beach and you need a bikini, okay, cool. What plus size women, please wear your two pieces.
Wear your two pieces. When I tell you I love. We went to Jamaica. I feel like I bought all two pieces. I felt amazing.
And if it's something about your body that you don't like, learn to love it or decorate it. So, whether it's getting a tattoo, Aziza makes great body jewelry.
I seen waist beads. I seen
that was something that we used to crack jokes about. Like, I don't know because it's my stomach and I don't really like it. So decorate your food.
I need to get some weight. I love that.
On it even more. It'll help you want to wear something that's going to show your waistline.
Yeah.
Love on it.
I love it.
I don't like to jiggle my arms. I'll wear an arm cuff or some short sleeves just because I need to learn to love it.
I need to learn to love it.
On it, it's not going to change. So I need to love it.
I love that. I also think it's important too, along with positive self-talk, is when you're examining your body, like call out things that you like. I really had to identify. Yes, I have things that I'm working on with my body, but I have things on my body that I like too. I'm like, okay, titties, okay, thighs.
My 2 inches of skinny right here.
See? So identify those things on your body that you actually do love. Yes, I'm making changes and I'm trying to, get some things situated, but I also love this and I also love that. I don't have a desire to be skinny. I don't have a desire to be under 200 if I'm being honest. Once I get to where I want to go.
My potential of being cute. Like this is like, what if I get skinny and I'm not cute no more? This is like the best it's going to get. I only know me as a full figure woman. I was a chunky baby. So if I get skinny and I don't like me no more, what?
And people do go through that process because once you change and you're in a different body, that's a new body that you have to get to know all over again. And it's a process that you have to be ready for. And it's not always an easy process.
Body dysmorphia
is very real. And that's one thing that I did say that I was nervous about because I know the struggles that I've had in this body. So I'm like, getting to a different body. It's like, you got to kind of start over from scratch and you really have to mentally prepare for that. And I'm very glad that you said that because body dysmorphia is a real thing. And people experience it and they're not able to identify it.
And it happens with young men too.
It does.
And because it's so much on topic, my son once said that it was a certain level that he wanted. He was too old to play on one level of football, but they said his body weight, I don't know if it was too much or too little. And it was like, well, if I want to play on this level, I have to beef up. If I want to play on this level, I need to lose weight. So he was going through a whole body thing. You'll be like, I didn't see you eat today. You was just like, oh, I'm not hungry. I'm used to you eating 4 plates.
What's going on?
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that is also something that happens in young men too. They're going through the same changes as us.
Don't leave them out.
As a parent. So I think that was something that was just kind of like, Tyler, no. If you go in my house, I got a mirror or several in every room.
Really?
And every time, so my favorite quote to myself is a pussy hoe could never.
Because never.
Nobody can show up as me. So when I'm walking past,
it's only one you.
Whether I'm saying it out loud, I'm thinking in my head, and I'm okay. I'm gassing myself non-stop.
I love that. You have to.
They could never. And I say when I'm drunk too, but still.
It still matters.
They could never.
Drunk word, what they say? What's the saying? Drunk word, sober thought, something along like yeah.
Listen,
Drunk or not, it's still the
nobody
truth.
can show up as Kayla.
No, it's only one me.
Whether it's Kayla or Coco.
Whoever, it's one and the same.
Listen, can't nobody else do that.
No, they can't.
So
Yeah, no, I love that. I love
I
that.
could see how could never.
Yeah. So we're
And no
gonna
offense.
no, no, none. Let that be an affirmation that we add to our affirmation jar. I feel like we gave y'all a lot. The jar should be full. Take that with you out into the world. Put that on your mirror, your desk, your computer, wherever you need to put your car, and repeat that to yourself every time. Okay. Um, one thing that I thought about too in Maya, one thing that she does that I absolutely love along the lines of wardrobe. Have you ever seen her capsule wardrobe videos?
Yes.
So basically, what she does is each season she'll have like say like 40 mix and match pieces. She'll have skirts, she'll have pants, jackets, bodysuits, shirts, and she'll have them on a rack. And she'll basically just mix and match. And it's the same 40 items, but she makes so many different outfits out of them. And it's the same few items. And so I said that that's something that I wanted to start doing because it's always I get overwhelmed. So if it's too many things and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm too overwhelmed, I can't do this. But if you have a capsule wardrobe, it's the same items that you're used to. And you're literally just whatever you grab is going to match, throw it on, and make your way out.
So two things that I've also learned is one, with the capsule wardrobe, it also helps when you're traveling. So
For sure.
do that like a color scheme for when I'm traveling because then I ain't got to pack 10 shoes.
Period. I don't know where you and Aziza went recently when y'all went.
Miami.
Y'all look good as hell. Okay.
It was our birthday.
Y'all looks good. Y'all did like I should have put that on here. It was some video that y'all did. Life was a runway, whatever the video was.
Oh, Aziza she's a content creator.
Y'all looks good.
I just be there.
You showed up and showed out.
Listen,
you did good
like,
being there.
She'd be like, walk. I'd be like, okay, let's do it.
See?
I just be having fun.
Y'all look so good. I meant to tell you that.
Works for traveling as well as, and I just made this post. When you are on social media, in which we are all doing all the time, those pictures that you're liking, save them. Save them because that is going to be like you're liking what the person is wearing because it is inspiring to you, whether it's your body type or not. Save that photo so then when you start doing that. I do that all the time. I'll be like,
I see stuff on Instagram all the time. I just keep scrolling.
Listen, I got an Instagram photo that says outfit inspo. I have one on Facebook that says outfit inspo.
I like that.
So whenever it's like, well, I gotta go somewhere, instead of me going out to buy something, I'm scrolling to see how can I mix and match this outfit with something that I already have. It doesn't have to be the black top she had, but I got a purple one that looks like that. Or a white
I like
one
that. I need to do that.
You know, oh, she had a turtleneck on with a turtleneck or a collar shirt with a sweater over it with a pleated skirt. I got all three of those things, just not the same color.
Yeah.
Use those pictures.
And it's inspo, and it's not copying. You're getting an inspo because guess what? Once you put it on, you make it your own. You make it your own. You accessorize. You pick the shoes. You make it your own. So I love that tip. That's a good idea.
I'll be
save
all
it.
Y'all pictures. Okay.
I remember that post you said. You said keyword some. I was cracking up. You said not all of y'all, just some of y'all, just a few of y'all.
I just slated some people inbox like, sis, where do you shop for jeans? Because I'm not a jean girl.
I am not.
I can't wear them.
I said this yesterday. I want to be a jean girl, and maybe I will be once I get my body where I want to get my body. But I feel like with my body shape, it's so hard to find jeans that I end up not wearing them. The only time most recently I found a pair of jeans that I like that fit comfortably, surprisingly, is Target.
I've heard.
And Target, the reason why, let me tell you, you know how when you were a kid and your jeans had like that waistband on the inside of it?
Or stretch. Oh, why did you
so Target, no, it's not an adjustable. They call it a no gap waistband. Girl, so you put these jeans on and it's almost like a hug from your nigga. Like, you put the jeans on and the way that they hug your waist, when you look at it, and all of their jeans don't have it. So it'll say on the tag. But if you look on the inside of the jean, you'll see like this black stretchy bar. And if you kind of tug it, it has that stretch to it. But it's called a no gap waistband. I love that. And so when I say when you pull it up, you slide right in it, but it hugs you.
And that's another reason why. So I like jeans with a little bit of stretch because I have thicker thighs, thicker waist. I mean, thicker thighs, but my waist is small.
So you can't. Have you ever tried jeans from Fashion Nova?
No,
I've tried jeans from Fashion Nova because all
I
of my friends that
literally.
are super curvy, kind of how you
Yes,
are, they shop and get jeans and stuff, and they can
I'm gonna
fit
have
Fashion Nova
to.
jeans.
I'm gonna have to do it.
You
I don't
should.
know if it's, and this is a shameless plug to one of Milwaukee's own, Sasha. Sasha. She's a plus size designer. She's been in Paris, all type of things. I've worked for her, and she does makeup. She probably don't want to tell people she does makeup, but anyway,
Just
she's
forget that.
listen.
She ain't say
She's
that.
plus size. She's a black woman. When I tell you, she just got her collection on Shein or Sheen or however y'all pronounce it.
Mhm.
She has a plus size collection on Shein, and
Like you can go in there and buy it.
yeah, she's on, and she's
Please
from
send me her in.
Milwaukee.
What?
I love Sasha.
I shop
She
on there a
is, but
lot.
I'm like, I'm not on the internet type of buying clothes. Like I have like it's hit and miss. But I'm like, I have a reason to actually go
Send me
and
that.
shop. I love Sasha.
I'm always ordering stuff from there. I've ordered a lot of my stuff from Shein, and a lot of people don't like
I
ordering
think
their
her
stuff from
name is
Amazon, but I order stuff from Amazon too.
Sasha Walton on Facebook. Solana is her brand.
We need to support that.
Listen,
A black woman from Milwaukee with a fashion brand on Shein.
absolutely, Sasha.
That
Walton.
is so dope. We are going to find her information, and when the live ends, we're going to put it in the comment section for people to go and support. That's dope.
And she's also doing a model call within the next month. She just posted that today too.
Look at that. Nice. I love that. I love it. So we're going to enter into our last segment and we're going to be done. So my last segment is entitled What the Fuck? And it's basically when I pull in my WTF moments of the week. So as I told you all a little bit ago, I had something happen with some wide calf boots. So one thing about having these legs that run on both sides of my family, I have big legs, but I love my legs. Absolutely. But my calves. So I bought some boots from Target, knee-high boots, badass boots. Put the boots on. Now I'm kind of entering into an era of kind of wearing heels, not the tall heels, but I love a good chunky. Yeah, I'm really not a heel wearer, but I am finding the ones that I like. So for example, most of the ones I like actually come from Target because Target shoes have memory foam in them.
Okay.
I do good with a chunky heel, and I do good with a heel that has a platform in the front. And then I also have these inserts that I put in the shoe to kind of make them more comfortable. And so I've been trying to find boots, and I bought these pair of boots. Slid the boot on. The heel was about 3 inches, comfortable. Now it's time to zip the boot. I get the boot up as much as I can. Then it stops. Why? Because of my calves. And it was wide calf friendly, but I could not get it up. So I actually measured my calves, and they're 18 inches.
I'm gonna have to measure mine.
I had to measure them because I'm like, what's T? And so what I realized is that I really need like an extra wide calf boot. And I hate it because I don't have any knee high boots, no thigh high boots, because I can't get them over my calf. So I either need to find like an extra wide calf with a zipper, or I need to find like some of those sock ones that I can kind of just put my foot in and like pull it up and I don't have to worry about a zipper.
I need to find
So if you are out there in the universe and you know where I can find some extra wide calf, like thigh high, knee high boots, please send it my way because I was sick. I wanted those boots so bad. When we leave here, I'm about to take them back begrudgingly because I don't want to, but I can get my damn calf in it even though my foot was in it. So that is just one of the many struggles of being plus size. It's like now I got to worry about these calf muscles and why are they this big? Like,
Yeah.
it just, yeah.
I did find some, and I think this might have been on the whim, but I might have been in Illinois. Some from Discovery, and
They still open.
Yeah, I love Discovery. There's 2 here. I love actually there's 3 here. Discovery.
Before I moved, I remember it was a Discovery on Highway 100 by Mayfair.
They are still there.
Oh, okay.
There's one in West Alice, by the Burlington and the Ross, and then there should still be one on South 27.
Okay.
I did find some boots there, and I don't know. They might supposed to be over the knee, but for me, they're thigh high. Like, I got them over the thigh, but I like a boot that can go up, but I can still scrunch too.
Okay.
So
I saw those before.
I have, like I said, they probably supposed to be over the knee boots, but for me,
They
I
thigh.
was I was excited that they can get over my thigh.
That's the excitement that I want.
Listen,
So maybe I need to try them because I was sick. I had plans for
and I'm
those
going to
boots.
Target. I'm going
Yeah,
to
give
Target.
it a try. Target is not for everybody, but what I would say when it comes to the fashion at Target, they invest in their
Mhm.
brands. They have great quality clothes. You wash and dry and they don't fall apart. So they might be a little bit more pricier,
Mhm.
but you are getting quality. Like Ava and Viv is that girl. A New Day, the
Well,
Future
like a
Collective.
new day.
Yes, they invest. And even Walmart. I think Walmart has a new fashion supplier as well
A
because
couple of
Walmart
them.
has stepped it up a
Eloquii.
lot. Eloquii, Scoop.
Oh God, what is the other one?
It's Eloquii, Scoop, and I can't remember what the other one is, but for sure.
Because I'm transgender, I can fit some of the other stuff, but I can't remember the one lady. But she doesn't have anything. I never see anything over a large. And they said
Okay.
is she will supply. It's she. Oh God, what is her name? She's an actress. I'm sorry, she's an actress.
And she has a brand in Walmart.
Yep,
I feel like I know who you're talking about too, and I can't think of
she has
who.
that thick accent. She's like Puerto Rican or something.
Oh, Eva.
Is it Eva?
Is it Eva Longoria? I thought
I
she had.
it
Is it
might be.
her?
No, I don't know.
Mm.
But I asked people, and they said she'll probably only supply us with like one or two extra larges.
Yeah, because they said that a lot of fashion designers say that it costs more money to make plus size clothes
But we the
because you
ones
need
that's buying
more material and you need more. But it's like if you sell it, we gonna buy it.
because we
So
looking
it's paying
for it.
for itself.
We're looking for it.
So I appreciate those brands that don't leave us out.
Eloquii is definitely
I definitely appreciate those brands are like, yes, because I mean they said the average size woman in America is like a size 16. Like, come on, y'all. Like, really. Did you have any WTF moment this week that you was like, ugh, one that can be publicly shared?
one. You see, I was like, no, I'm gonna take this week as a life, but God be guiding. So
You the one liners that you have dropped, I need to rewatch this and I need to write them down because you've been coming through with the one liners.
life, but God be guiding. So I'm gonna be thankful.
Here, I like that. I like that. Life be life, and but God be God, and keep Him at the forefront. Yes, I like that.
Sure.
Yeah, because it's been definitely been a whirlwind of the last couple of weeks, and although life, be, I like that. I do. Well, I thank you for coming today. I really, really enjoyed this. I know you were like nerve sighted, but how do you feel now?
I'm good.
Good. I'm
And I'm
glad
coming
that.
back. She ain't even gotta invite me.
Period. Okay, open door. I'm glad that we were able to have this conversation. Because you hear a lot about fashion for the other girls, and I'm like, what about those plus size baddies? Like, and let's help each other. I'm hoping that these tips and tricks that I gave you kind of help you. If you have any questions or concerns offline that you didn't want to ask publicly, please feel free to reach out to either me or Ruthia. Do you want to tell the people where to find you?
So my Facebook is Ruthia Evans Humphrey. No, I'm not married. Just flow with it. Um, and my Instagram is the real one underscore P3.
Yes, and then you can also find her podcast episodes right here on the TDR network. You can go on to the different YouTube pages and look up either her Do Not Resuscitate podcast, or you can kind of go dig back a little more and find the Pretty Plus Size and Powerful podcast as well. I love the DNR podcast. I'm pretty new to it, but I think the couple of episodes I've seen, you all are doing good work.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like it. I love the topics that you do. So, yes, yes. Well, once again, I appreciate you all for tuning in to Conversations with Coco today. We'll be back on your screen within the next couple of weeks. Again, if you need to catch up on any past episodes, you can find us on your favorite streaming platforms. And until next time, I'm going to call y'all back. Have a great weekend and have a blessed week. Bye, y'all.